This is Western Maine Report. It is a peculiar feature of the law that anybody can file a deed claiming a sale or a transfer of property or a mortgage, as long as the deed follows the usual pattern of showing buyer and seller a description of the property and the deed is notarized. A criminal can make up a false deed claiming ownership of someone else's property, and if it has the proper form and is notarized, the registry will accept it. In other words, someone's house can be stolen from them without their even knowing it. Does this happen in Oxford County? According to Oxford County Register of Deeds Sherry Crockett, it does, especially properties left empty after the owner dies.
So the risk is the fact that basically the properties that are vacant, so normally we're seeing this with vacant properties where we all of a sudden are seeing either for sale signs or they're being posted on social media for sale, and we are finding out that these are deceased owners' properties, and their families are finding out about it later on, either before the sale is taking place or after the sale is taking place. We've only had one or two instances here in Oxford County.
This happens because the law does not allow the Register of Deeds to check whether the deed is accurate or true, only that it follows the prescribed form.
No, so that is correct, because again, we are the recording office. We're not the legal team that reviews documentation for legality. So we are required by state law to make sure that it meets recording requirements, which consists of an acknowledgement by a notary and put it onto public record.
In Oxford County, the registry has launched a new program to try to limit this from happening, says Crockett.
What we're doing is having a fraud alert notification. So what the fraud alert notification does is allows the resident to sign up via their email account to list any names associated with their property, and then they will get an email notification within 72 hours of any document being recorded with the registry so they're able to follow up.
While being alerted to the fact that a scammer is trying to steal property can allow an owner to act quickly to stop the fraud, it will still take an expensive effort. The bill can run into the thousands.
So in those cases, we have to refer the property owner to the sheriff's office to file a report with them that something is fraudulent, and then you would also file a report with the courts to make sure that we have something on file there, and then we're always required to refer to an attorney so that they can get legal assistance.
The state has looked into changing the law to keep this from happening, but has been unable to do so far.
Currently, that is something that the state has issued agreement as far as creating a commission to investigate fraud and to see what the repercussions of that is. During the 2025 legislation, they formed the Deed Fraud Commission, which met throughout the year in order to come up with some ideas to present to the state in order to protect the individual and to punish the criminal in the situation. And unfortunately, the results of that commission are still too vague in order for the state to act on it. The biggest thing that we can really stress is the awareness of making sure that you're checking your property records regularly. And again, as you know, we have free access to our website, so anybody can do that at any time to make sure that they're staying.
This spot has been sponsored by Colette Cooter at the Maine Real Estate Experience. Call her for all your real estate needs, 207-754-2735.